When we talk about Mercury, or Budh in Vedic astrology, the first thing that usually comes to mind is communication, right? But honestly, that's just scratching the surface. Today, we're going to go deeper. We're going to explore its true, profound power as the very engine of our intellect.
So, let's kick things off with a really fascinating connection. You know Mercury is the fastest planet in our solar system, right? It zips around the sun in just 88 days. Well, that physical speed is a perfect mirror for its astrological role. It literally governs the agility of your mind and the very speed of your thoughts.
All right, so let's start with the basics. The side of Mercury that most of us are probably familiar with, its role as the swift messenger.
In the Vedic texts, Mercury is the great messenger. And think about it. This represents all kinds of exchange. We're talking speech, commerce, the trade of ideas, the whole shebang. It governs all those practical, intellectual skills we use every single day, like writing or doing math. Its whole vibe is about mental speed, wit, and a certain playful cleverness.
This classic quote from the sage Parashara just nails Mercury's personality, doesn't it? Charming, funny, super smart, but pay close attention to that final line, because it is crucial. Mercury is a total chameleon. It absorbs and reflects the qualities of whatever planets it's hanging out with, and that makes it incredibly adaptable and, yeah, pretty complex.
But you see, the quick-witted messenger thing, that's really only half the story. Now, we're going to move to a much more profound function. So, let's meet your intellect, or what Vedic philosophy calls buddhi. The very name for Mercury in Sanskrit, Budh, is the literal root of the word buddhi. Now, buddhi isn't just about being clever. Now, it's a very specific mental faculty. It's the part of our consciousness that discriminates. Its entire job is to separate truth from falsehood, the real from the illusory.
This table really helps put Mercury in its proper place. So if you think of the sun as our Atma, that's our soul, our core identity, and the moon as Manas, the emotional receptive mind, then Mercury is the buddhi. It's the rational, analytical mind that processes all the information and makes judgments. They all work together, with Mercury basically acting as the system's logical operator.
Now, because Mercury is the intellect, it has this inherent duality. It can operate on different levels, and that leads to vastly different expressions of its energy. Let's explore that.
Okay, this brings us to a super crucial point, Mercury's two distinct functions. On one hand, you have what we could call the lower mind. That's the one we use for everyday tasks, managing our finances, organizing data, just dealing with the surface level of the world. But then there's the higher mind, and that's the part that lets us access deeper wisdom, discriminate truth, and connect our intellect with cosmic intelligence. And you can really see this duality play out in how Mercury expresses itself. A well-placed Mercury gives you all the positive traits of a sharp mind: rationality, wit, skill, and balance. But when that same energy is afflicted, well, it can become detached and cold, lost in over-intellectualization. It can even become amoral, showing up as that classic trickster, or even the fool who ends up outsmarting themselves.
And this quote just brings it all home. The ultimate purpose of our intellect isn't just to be clever, it's to see past the surface. When our mind can finally distinguish what's temporary from what's eternal, the appearance from the reality, that is when Mercury's true power is revealed.
Hey, remember that quote from earlier, that Mercury is a mimic, that it never acts in isolation? Well, now let's explore how its cosmic neighbors can dramatically change the very character of our intellect.
So one of the most famous combinations is when the Sun and Mercury are together in a horoscope. This is called Buddhitya Yoga. Symbolically, this is a beautiful thing. It represents the soul, the Atma, merging with the intellect, the buddhi. I mean, that is a powerful blend of our core identity and our rational mind.
It sounds like a recipe for genius, doesn't it? The soul illuminating the intellect. But does it always work out that way?
Well, not exactly. And this is such a key lesson in astrology. The texts are very clear. This combination is found in the charts of dullards and geniuses alike. Even when Mercury is super close to the Sun, a condition we call combust, it doesn't automatically mean the intellect is weakened. The big takeaway is that this combination shows potential for brilliance, but the final result always depends on the entire chart.
This is a perfect illustration of the power of context. Let's combine the intellect of Mercury with the action of Mars. Now, if they're in Capricorn, where Mars is strong, you get a focused, powerful logician or a really skilled debater. But
place that exact same pairing in Cancer where Mars is weak, and the result can be an impulsive, illogical, and antagonistic speaker whose words just stir up conflict. Same planets, totally different outcomes.
So, we've gone on this whole journey, from Mercury, the simple messenger, all the way to Mercury, the complex tool for discernment. Now, let's bring it all together.
You know, the ultimate goal of our intellect, our buddhi, isn't just to win arguments or be the smartest person in the room. It's about being able to look at all the chaos of daily life and discern the underlying pattern, to find that coherent cosmic order that connects everything.
So the crucial takeaway is this: your intellect is a neutral tool. It's all about how you wield it. It can become the trickster, weaving all sorts of illusions that keep you trapped. Or it can become your greatest guide, cutting through all the noise to help you see what is real and what is true.
And that brings us to a final critical question you can ask yourself. If your mind is the messenger and it's constantly delivering information to your consciousness, what message is it carrying for you today? Is it truth or is it illusion?